So that's the first object in question, and I started the video in a slowed down motion because I knew I was going to want to look at this. Talking of which, afternoon folks, welcome back to Undercover ET UK. Happy Friday to you. The sun is nice and shiny out there in the UK at the moment, so cameras in the skies, you know the drill. Hope everyone's doing really well. And you know what, I'm going to start changing my tone a little bit, because every time I post, every single time someone posts or sends me stuff and I put it out there, it is disclosure. So let's just call it like this. Disclosure's happening. Public disclosure is happening. It's happening on this channel. It's happening on custodian files. It's happening everywhere. Everyone that's showing these UAP, UAPSD, just look up. There's so many people now who've got small YouTube channels that are just filming and just posting. And you know what? Fair play to you. Fair play to you. We're going to keep showing your channels, guys, throughout the year. Keep doing it. I'm going to keep... honestly, it's all about capturing the gold at this point. So for those that are filming the skies, I'm getting loads of emails coming in, lots of dots coming through, really fast-moving objects. That's really good. If you know they're up there, folks, zoom in. Try and get the clear shots, because now I'm after the gold. There's so many people filming. I could show black dots going across the sky all day long, but you know what? People will get bored of it. And I as much as it's disclosure, we need some gold. So I ask people, have some courage. If you know that they're up there, zoom in, landscape, tap on the phone, make sure that it's all focused in, and just go for it. You never know when you're going to capture a saucer or something else. And even if you get the hockey pucks, which I hope you guys do, because if you're aiming for them, then you're doing the right thing. You'll even get some close-ups of those as well. And honestly, like, we've had some absolute bangers, and we really need to just keep that up. So well done, everyone. Keep your cameras in the skies, and I look forward to even more epic captures from you guys. Right. Okay, so on to the Pope. Someone's come in, obviously replaced the Pope. There was a new Pope in town. And I remember, I don't know if you guys, obviously, I don't know if everyone watches every single episode, but when I first reported on the Pope passing away, I said there is a chance that his successor may release some files. And I think this is it's now a strong possibility, folks. So let's listen to News Nation and check this one out.
A new Pope might just let a few rays of sunshine into that vast and heavily guarded treasure trove, and maybe let a few secrets out, specifically what the Vatican knows about extraterrestrial visitors and how the Vatican knows it. It turns out Pope Leo XIV has a spiritual connection to the Vatican's long history of astronomical research, and a personal connection to a land where mysterious phenomena aren't confined to the heavens. They are literally carved into the ground. I'm going to dig into all of this, chapter and verse, in this jam-packed hour-long special on the connection between the Vatican and whatever truth may be out there. So let's get started. I sure didn't think when I got up today that I'd be covering a European election. But how often do just 133 men, just men, pick a leader for 1.4 billion people of all genders and races and cultures around the world? We officially have a new Pope, and if you had Cardinal Bob from Chicago in your office pool, congrats. Until about 9 hours ago, an American Pope seemed about as likely as a female Pope. But now, as you may have heard, Cardinal Robert Prevost, holder of both U.S. and Peruvian citizenship, has become Pope Leo XIV. And that name is a very big reason we are taking our true crime hats off tonight and putting on our mystery hats, or shall I say our mystery miters.
All right, so I'm not going to play the full thing, but in a nutshell, this guy has American and Peruvian citizenship. He's been voted in to be the next Pope by his peers. And it really is potentially something that these guys could leak out. He's now the man in charge. You heard it yourself. He's got a spiritual connection with the findings that they have. And they are apparently scribed into the very ground that we walk on. So, interesting stuff. I'm going to try and keep you guys in the loop. The Vatican City making a move by putting the right man, I guess, in the right place. And there are many, many sightings and stories from Peru as well. So look, maybe this guy's got a lot more a lot more that he wants to say, and who knows, guys. But I do have some evidence to show you guys from the Vatican when it was announced. So this was the moment where they was awaiting for the appearance of the next Pope on the balcony. The white smoke came out the top. It was all going to happen. And just as you can see here, there's a bit of an orb-looking thing here. And I guess, you know, whilst it's on stop, you'd think that's just a flare, right? No, it moves across the screen. Not really too sure on it. Let me know what you think in the comments, but it's just ironic that the cameras are looking at this window and along comes this. Check this out. What do you think, guys? It's not moving like stupidly fast or anything like that, and they don't always to blend in. Sometimes they just float, like that bit of fluff I had outside here, and then it just shot up. It just did a hard left, and yeah, who knows? They're talking about plasmoid life being alive in the atmosphere now. Actually, scientists I think have done a peer review. So in like disclosure's happening, guys, and like every time we show stuff, even if it's just nothing, right? Even if this is just nothing, we have to look at it. Why do we have to look at it? Because there are objects that look similar that appear in our skies that are of non-human intelligence. Let's just say that. I can't tell you whether they're terrestrial or extraterrestrial. They might even be man-made. Someone put out in the comments yesterday about how these objects we're seeing might be man-made. Well, they could be man-made, but there would be millions and absolute millions of these things darting around across the world. And that would be impressive if man managed to make that many objects. But let me know in the comments. It's a possibility. Nothing's impossible, I guess. You know, after finding out these things are real and what they're capable of, anything is on the table. All right, folks. So we've got Laurie Shoulder over in Northampton. And guys, this is a fantastic video. And this is exactly why we should be recording in the skies. This sort of video is very hard to debunk. And not only that, these things exist everywhere. So when someone even tries to debunk this, I can be like, well, you know, why are we seeing the same objects here in the southwest? Why are we seeing the same objects over in Australia, America, all over the world? So let's get into this one. I'm just going to play you the clip in full. Does look like a bird, you know that one, but there's a lot of white objects just tagging the shit out of it. We've also got other objects. We've got Dragon UAP in there. This is high activity. This is high activity. It's a bit of a swarm, to be honest with you. Whether they're just interested in this bird, whether this thing actually is a bird, I don't know. There's so many around it. It's strange, huh? It looks like a bird, right? But there's a few objects that, honestly, like, look at the speed of that thing. Just going from the start there, there's a lot of zoomies. And you then get in these zippers. Look at this. Nice bit of white plasma comes off it. It's not the clearest, but it's decent. It's decent stuff. Look at that. That's fantastic. And you've got other objects there with it, you know, not alone. Super fast. Lots of zippies in the background there. Brilliant. And again, like, it's suspicious, right? This thing's getting tagged right from get-go. That's awesome. Really, really good. And that's what I mean by the birds getting tagged a lot. You know, whilst all this is going on in the background here and then closer to the camera, up there, things are happening, you know? And that's really, really, really good. And of course, guys, because there was such high activity, Laurie recorded 2 videos. And this is the second. And I'm going to show you all of it. Let's go. Well done. This is just fantastic stuff. You should really pat yourself on the back for just recording, first of all, and then second of all for recognizing that there's something going on up there, and then just putting the camera back on it. In my opinion, when they're out there like that, you have to try and figure out why they're there, potentially where they're coming from, what they're looking for. And I mean, look, they're all over you, aren't they? Just a white flicker here. Comes down. I thought it was a flicker, but it does actually move down the screen. Stupidly fast. Stupidly fast, guys. Oh, the bird is still over there, but... Look, 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 look. God. Ah. Epic stuff. Epic stuff. Keep filming, Laurie. They're around there. Why they're around there, we don't know. Are you near any rivers, flowing waters? Let me know in the comments. And I appreciate your emails every single time. Thank you very much. Okay, Andrew in Cambridgeshire, he's been sending me some more, and it just kind of ties in with the video I'm doing now, so perfect. Got a Dragon UAP that's here immediately, folks, and it zips across the screen. Another one zips across the screen really fast. But down on here, this side here, on the right-hand side, there is a white orb that shows up. Just check this out. There it is. It skips right across. It's seriously fast. And is there a bit of velocity we're hearing there? Is that just natural wind, Andrew? What do you think? Ridiculously fast, that. Both objects are ridiculously fast. And there's three there. There's one at the start that comes across, and then one follows, and then the white one follows that. Ridiculous. Anyway, guys, this really leads on to the next video, which has something slightly more compelling. But either way, mate, this is really good. So, Andrew, well done, mate. And obviously, can't wait to see you next weekend at the screening over in London. Going to be brilliant, mate. So I was just talking about velocity and sound there, and MB over in Belfast. Check this out. What is that noise? Just as it comes past the UAP there. And I spoke to MB and asked her, like, where was she? Like, was there any, like, road works or any building works or anything going on around her? She said, no, absolutely peaceful around me. That's bizarre, right? So this is another one from MB. Just really bizarre, isn't it? Really, really bizarre. But great hockey pucks, great captures. This one that zips past now, super fast. I think the first one might have been a fly, but this one here, hell no. Too quick. Way too quick. And yeah, the click is just very strange. Very, very strange indeed. Okay, so this is a picture I've just pulled off the internet. It's obviously Egyptian hieroglyphics. And I just wanted to make a mental note of some of these objects here and see if we can make connections. Now, obviously, they knew stuff that we didn't know or don't know way back then. You know, that was obvious based on everything that's been left. They obviously had, you know, history. I mean, look at this here. Is this a helicopter? How would they even know about helicopters back then, right? So either they travelled into the future and saw all this stuff and then just made notes of what they saw, or it was all pre-planned and they knew what was coming, right? That's the way I see it. Why is this interesting? Apart from the fact there's a helicopter here, there's other objects as well. This could look like a boat, but honestly, could also look like a hockey puck, you know, with plasma coming off it. See this white bit coming off it here? Another saucer-like object. We got these pucks, or these round, really strange objects here, but they've got this white hue, you see, coming off. Doesn't it look funny and funnily, like, comparable to what we're recording in the skies? Does it look similar to these objects? Yeah, I would say it probably does. at least this one looks similar. It's a little bit out of shape, but you know, the front here. But you know, this could be an attachment. This here, it just looks like a hockey puck with another one attached, to be honest. And then here's that white plasma. I'm just going to show you another one. This is the same object as it comes across the screen here. The black bit on the front's gone, and you've just got this one puck. This was just on a video I took the other day. There it is again. Unbelievable. Unbelievable speed. And is this the same things we're seeing as what's being carved out? See these little objects? And I just find it ironic that they're carving out these sort of shapes and then carving out birds. Like they're suggesting that these things are what? Up with the birds. Is that what's happening? You know? Like, look at this. Looks exactly like, you know, I've seen pictures from you guys. I've interviewed people that have shown me things like this. And it's exact shape. Exact shape. It's just a saucer dome-like object. Why carve these objects with birds? I think they're trying to tell us something, folks. Just saying. I think they're trying to tell us something. All right, folks. So last week I made a video of me exploring out there by the tree line. I came from the opposite direction, so I kind of gave you guys a bit of a view of the field and why I've been recording over there. And I did get some captures. And I think I got some captures right from the start, but I just wanted to go over a few things with you guys. Honestly, like the first two objects at the start of this video, completely on the fence. Initially, I looked at it and I thought, well, that wasp got close to me. But you know what? I've got a thing about wasps, as you guys know in the live, you know, watching me on the live streams. I don't like them, and I would have probably reacted if a wasp got that close to me in that moment, but I didn't hear any buzzing, so it's a strange one. You don't even hear any buzzing on camera, and normally, like, even when I'm filming here, if a wasp gets close to the window, you hear it, you see it, it's a wasp, right? People have seen, it's been comical sometimes. One or two's managed to get in, and I've been freaking out. So, like, it's just watch the start of the video, let me know what you think, and I'll go through it as well. So that's the first object in question, and I started the video in a slowed down motion because I knew I was going to want to look at this. Talking of which, fucking hell, I was gonna wanna look at this. Talking of which, fucking hell, fucking hell. I just mentioned this, right, and a wasp just comes in. So that's my, there you go, right? There's my reaction. Ugh, there's my reaction to wasps. And a wasp just flew in. I don't know if you saw it on the camera, but it just flew in and flew back out, right? And I heard it. My skin is now, my hairs are now up on my, like, oh. Anyway, that's my reaction to wasps. This thing didn't give me that reaction. To be honest, I'm completely stumped. Now, here's the thing. Look how small this object is. Right here. Yeah? Right at the start. Look how small it is. And then as it creeps up, you can see it's tiny. Right? Looks tiny. And then as it creeps up, look at that. I'm going to take that and just continue playing, obviously. I know it, like, at first look, it looks like a bee or a wasp. But I'm telling you. And I didn't react like I just did then with the wasp that just flew into the window. Bloody irony of it all. Anyway, I'll do an enhancement at the end. But the point I'm making is, this thing goes from a tiny object to a hockey puck. It looks like it's got wings, I know, folks, but look at this. No wings at all. It's just a tiny hockey puck. And it zips right past. Anyway, continuing the video, it comes back. And it really does look like a wasp at this point, right? Robert would say, well, that's a barbell UAP close up. And do you know what, mate? It really does look like a barbell UAP close up. How the back and if that's the back and that's the head, how is it they're the same size? First of all, this would be my argument now. For anyone that's like, that's a wasp, Rob, how is the head the same size as the back, guys? Look at that. It just doesn't add up to me, right? You can see the plasma going around the whole thing. I genuinely believe this is a UAP, and it was checking me out the whole time I was probably walking. I looked like this thing was following me. I'm almost convinced it was following me. I'm going to enhance this one as well. This looks absolutely mental. Almost invisible there, like one end. Translucent almost. And then look at that. Got to take it, and And if you're still on the fence, guys, and you're new to the channel, keep watching. Okay, I will explain to you why this is suddenly something crazy. So now all of a sudden, what? We've got a furry head? Like, this is plasma that's just suddenly spewed out from one of them. This is what I'm honestly, like, this is what we're seeing. The plasma is a sure sign. They also emit radio frequencies as well. Now, I don't have a radio detector on me during my walk, but I'm fairly confident that the front of this puck now is flying plasma out, and that the radio hits are X and K band. So if you've got an in-car radio detector that would normally cover, look at that, that would normally cover speed, you know, the speed cameras, they will pick up these objects as well. Around approximately 8 to 10% of the time, but sometimes you get that odd day where it just kicks off, right? I've had it on the channel, Robert's had it. Well, I come to the end of the trail here where it opens up, and it just, like I say, we've got this lovely bit of field, beautiful bit of scenery, but what I really want to analyze is this bit here, because I'm talking about seed fluff, and there's a lot of dandelions on the ground, and some of them are being kicked up. And then this happens. And I'll just play it in slow-mo now. And look, guys, anyone would go, well, that's a bird. It really isn't. It comes in, checks me out, and there's the Dragon UAP that comes from me, and flies up into the sky. And you can see how high up it goes. And as this thing is already left me, this thing already starts to move right. I've really checked this out, and you can see the plasma jets just spewing out of this thing. It happens very, very quickly, and the only way to really demonstrate it is in slow motion. But just have a look how creepy this thing is. Comes in. I didn't even notice it. And we never do. They come in so fast, and this movement, like, I've slowed this down by 90%, guys. And look at that plasma coming off of there. That's flipping mad. And look how high it gets. So it really just leaves my vicinity. Yeah. This recon vehicle was called by this object right here, okay? It was called back the moment it left me and started going back to its home or to its origin, whatever. This thing decides to pick up and leave. And notice the recon vehicle went right as well. I don't know what to tell you guys, but they snooped on me. Yeah. And look down here. Look down here. What the hell is that comes past in the moment? And this is way too direct. Look, it's following the line of the fence, going extremely fast. You know, I got my arse reconned hard when I was there. And I knew I would. I knew they would be on to me. I didn't think they'd show themselves quite as well as they have. And they really have. That's just phenomenal. This moment here, look at that. That is brilliant. Saucer, pulling its recon vehicle. It's got another vehicle along here that's just trailing. And this thing I've seen in Wales. This thing I've seen in Wales being led by other hockey puck UAP. We've seen it before, guys. It just looks like a white bit of fluff, right? It's just so direct and involved in what's going on here. And this is my concern, guys. This is why we need public disclosure, because the government aren't going to allow any of this to come out. We don't know whether our privacy is being breached. We don't know what's going on, really. All we do know is these things are out there. They're around us, and not enough people know. Look at that. Did you see the hard right this thing makes? Look. I tell you what. I'm not gobsmacked. I went out there hoping for it. I was expecting it. But this is clear evidence. It's clear evidence. This is disclosure 100%. You know, on top of all the live feeds I'm doing with the radio hits and everything else. It's just, it's not denied. You can't deny it. It just cannot be denied. Anyway, this was an incredible moment. I encourage you guys to check out this video, Exploring My UFO Hotspot. I got paid a visit or 3 looking back. It honestly, like, amazing stuff. I'm going to just do some enhancements now, and we're going to call it there. Alright guys, so some enhancements. What have we got? So this is that strange object with the plasma that just spews out just sporadically. For me personally, that is a top hat UFOs. Flying saucer. Yeah. Or at least showing a top hat. It could be even larger and just invisible. Likely. And it's spewing out plasma very sporadically. Nothing like a bird. At that distance, nothing like a bird. Honestly, like, I'm filming from 200 plus yards away from here, and I can see their birds. So for this thing to not even show up as a register even looking like a bird is enough for me. But it calls its recon vehicle. It does its thing. This is that object at the start. Look at that. Look at this, how it bends in. Are you telling me that the body splits in the middle and then the rest of it's a head? Like, come off it. This has got to be recon vehicle checking me out as I started the video. God knows how long they were onto me for, but they were. And that. Just watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, folks. Obviously, you might turn around and go, well, that's clearly a wasp. But look, I mean, these things are just everywhere. They always give off this barbell-shaped look. You know, like the barbells that you pick up in the gym. They do kind of look like that. See it time and time again, don't we? There's that one at the bottom there. It's not come out too well, but it's there. This was the creepy one for me. This, for me, it's a saucer, cloaked and mimicking at the same time. Recon me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And that's all we've got time for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed that one. Please keep recording the skies. It's really important we get that evidence in. I know I've received loads of emails from you guys, and I'm going to try and get through them as best as I can. But like I just say, a quick reminder, we are after the compelling captures. So once you know, you've had confirmation from me as well, that you are capturing the Dragon Hockey Puck UAP, zoom in, get a little bit confident, choose different areas, see if you can get that one saucer or that one really strange object, that white one, whatever it might be. Mix it up, but try and get us some clear images, folks. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a great weekend. All the best, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.